Everybody, and welcome back to the Band Boy Variety channel. Today's video we're going to be doing is Gun Showcase 7. So Gun Showcase 7 is going to be bringing us our next gun on the wall, and that is going to be the Nerf Doomlands Law brand. So I don't know too much about Doomlands lineup, except for that this is a gun that's in one of them. And these are not really played with anymore. The new toy for kids is, it's all digital. It's all games now. And if they do have toys, they're more advanced sort of toys. The age of toy guns, especially ones like these, it's a little bit rare. And when they do come out with new Nerf guns, they're not as great as they used to be back in the day. So these are becoming, to me, they're becoming sort of like a novelty thing. And I look for these to be worth some money, maybe in 150 to 100 years, just like they collect toys from the 50s and earlier that bring some money if they're not readily available. I do not believe that you can buy these commercially anymore. I think you have to get them off of private people, so I kind of look to these as collector's items. But anyway, this is the Nerf Doomlands Law brand. So this black strap on here, this dark strap, this is actually just a Velcro type strap that you would have on a bag or whatever, or for anything. Well, it's put on here just because I wanted a sling on this, because I used this a little bit more back years ago when I was a kid. So if you were doing something, you wanted to have this on the back. I used this in a couple Nerf wars, my friend once, and it was kind of handy if you were moving positions. And you could sling this on your back like this, or you could run it like this. So it's just nice like that. The gun does not come like that, but it does work nice for fitting a strap. And here, I'll magnify this. You can see this, a strap like that. You see the material through the barrel and through the stock here. It's actually screwed to the stock slightly. So we have our 12-round cylinder that will hold any Nerf dart, except for the mega Nerf darts, obviously, because they're too big. Our standard cartridge for this gun is the Nerf Doomlands cartridge that comes with this. They have black tips, and they are orange in color to tan in color. And I only have 11 of these instead of 12, so we will be marking our first shot with an elite ballistic tip. So that is that. We also have in the stock here, or the butt, storage for another 12 rounds. So you can put 12 extra Nerf darts in here if you wanted to. There's actually a couple down here too that you could use as well. Or no. But I don't really care for this stock, because unlike the Sledge Fire stock, and that's Gun Showcase 6, I showed that gun previously in Gun Showcase 6, these bullets, they don't really have anywhere to rest against, so you could bump it and push it right out of the thing like that, and it's just not very good. So now obviously in a Nerf war or something, if you still have them, you could use that, but I don't, because I tend to make my shots count like we will do here with our target practice. So that's that. Our hammer back here, and with Nerf guns, they tend to highlight the crucial parts in like orange, so the trigger, all the things that the gun needs to fire. So if it has a bolt, that would be in orange. Our hammer's in orange, because it just makes it easier for you to discern between the parts that you need to use in order to fire the weapon. So our hammer here, it's hammer operated. We're going to cock that back, and that will prime the gun. If you rotate the cylinder after you pull the hammer back, you will not be able to fix certain cylinders on the barrel. So like I can't fix this ballistic tip barrel onto the a ballistic tip cylinder onto the barrel, so I'm going to have to hold it in place like that. Also, and I'll demonstrate this, or I'll just demonstrate this now, if you pull back this too fast, it will actually you don't pull it back the whole way, it will actually discharge the gun, and the dart will fly out slightly like it did there. Also, if you pull it back too fast and it does go the whole way back, there's a chance the cylinder will not rotate. It did there, but it will not other times. And this one side, this side isn't, but this one side is transparent, so you can see the working of the mechanism inside, like that. So you can see some of the gears turning in there and other things. So that is nice if you wanted to see how that works. Very complex guns, mostly 3D printed parts. Anyway, you could visualize that. Alright, so let's go over our targets, same as usual with a couple different exceptions. We have our cups set up. I usually set the cups up when I'm shooting higher ammo capacity guns. So we have those cups set up back there. We have 2 cups here with 2 blue figures on them. We have a cowboy and a Native American on there. And then we have a Native American on a horse there, our 2 regular cans, and our balloon. I'm not discriminating against Native American people because I'm shooting action figures. Those are just merely the action figures I have. Now, I know cowboys and Indians, they don't technically go together because they tend to oppose each other back in the days of the Old West. But those are just, we've seen all of these action figures in Army Men vs. Nerf elsewhere on my channel. They're just action figures used for things like this. So, not discriminating against any group of people or any race of people. Those are just the action figures that I'm using today. Alright, so without further ado, we're going to start from left. We're going to move to right. Alright, so start with our green cup here. Alright. That was the ballistic tip. Now we are moving to our, see, like right there, the cylinder didn't turn because I pulled the hammer back too fast, so you were better off to pull it back slowly, like this, instead of real fast. Now, it may be hard to think of that when you're in combat, but you get to know your gun after a little bit of shooting. Alright, so we have a couple shots left, several, so we're going to take out these cans. You have to remain relatively close if you don't want to miss. Take out that dude. Miss. There's a chance you're going to have to reload here. Alright, we got 1 shot left. I'm going to pick up a couple more shells, some zombie strike bullets, and some elite soft tips, just for some extra ammo. A little embarrassing, but sometimes you do miss. Alright, so took them out. Then we'll send a couple into the balloon there. Alright, not very powerful, obviously, because of you can see how the balloon only goes up that far. I'm going to put an elite ballistic tip in, put that into the balloon just so we can see if there's any difference. A little bit, so that definitely proves ballistic tips are better than soft tips. And then the regular Doomlands bullet. Alright, so that's basically that. It is a good gun. It has a balanced ammo capacity, and it also has good storage in the stock, despite the downside that of the bullets that they can fall out. And so yeah, it's a pretty balanced gun. The scope method that I used in Gun Showcase 5 with the sling fire, where I demonstrate the Buzz-Bee scope that I put on, and I used the rubber band system. You can do that with this as well. I did not, just because more rubber bands on all my Nerf guns, so I just keep it on a certain few. But anyway, you could do that. You could use it has 2 picket rails here that is compatible with Nerf attachments. So other than that, it's a pretty nice weapon. Works pretty good. Has pretty mild, pretty mediocre velocity, and is compatible with a lot of different Nerf bullets. It is a balanced ammo capacity. So it is a pretty good gun in my opinion. Anyway, guys, that's going to be it for today's video. So please like, subscribe. It helps out the Bandit Boy Roddy channel. And stay tuned for our next gun showcase videos. Obviously, I uploaded the 10 subscriber special. It wasn't that great. I could have did a lot better with the fighting. But that was our first arena episode. So I will be continuing that as we move through the channel. I may move back into currency lesson. And I look by this Saturday to have a Resistance Story episode 22 uploaded as well, as soon as I get a plan for that. Anyway, guys, that's going to be it for today.